When I was growing up, I was the biggest bookworm, reading anything and everything I could get my hands on. And I still am. But one thing I took for granted when I was younger was that almost every picture book I read had characters that looked like me and plot lines I could relate to. For minority children in the United States, finding books that reflect their reality with characters that look like them is pretty hard to do. In the 23 years from 1994 to 2017, only 11% of children's books had multicultural content. I want to know how this affects minority children, and also how the lack of diversity impacts children who have no other way of learning about cultures and experiences outside of their own. Books serve different purposes for different readers. In 1990, Dr. Rudine Sims Bishop published a landmark article called Mirrors, Windows, and Sliding Glass Doors. She defines a window book as one that gives a child a glimpse into another reality. A book becomes a sliding glass door when a child can use their imagination to open that window and step into the world of the book. And a book is a mirror when it reflects a child's own culture and experiences. Unfortunately, out of all children's books published in 2018, just 23% depicted a minority character. In comparison, 27% of characters were animals, and 50% were white. Uma Krishnaswamy is an author and expert on literacy and equity in children's literature. I talked with her through video chat to learn about her take on Dr. Bishop's metaphor.
I thought a way to extend the metaphor is to complicate it, right? To say, what if we also looked at books as showing the complexity of roles and of stories that exist in the world. And then I thought, okay, well, glass, windows, mirrors, well, it's a prison. This is like light reflecting, but also making us question who we are as readers and as writers.
Public School 321 in Brooklyn knows how important it is to have a book collection that reflects the diverse neighborhood their students live in. So, they established the No Place for Hate book club 4 years ago to get diverse books not only into classrooms, but students' homes. I was able to go to one of their events where attendees got to hear from and meet the author and illustrator Vashti Harrison. Harrison is known for working on projects that empower young and especially African American children, including her own series Little Leaders, and books she illustrated like Soulway and Hair Love.
Hannah's my favorite because it basically tells me all about hair and how you should love your hair no matter what style it's in.
After attending, I wanted to learn more about the club, so I spoke with President Monique James Duncan.
We work in tandem with our community bookstore. To me, that is huge. To us, it really represents something that is within that Brooklyn community. So we look for the most recent books that we can, and we vet each of those books, meaning that we read every book through and through and make a decision as to which ones we feel will best serve in the classroom. One of the things is that the teachers were asking for more diverse books in the classroom. Because the thing is with diverse books is that it's not only about children of color. It's about all children seeing themselves and seeing other children represented in books. You know, actually representing the communities that they are part of. Actually representing their cities, their towns, actually representing the world that they live in.
Monique doesn't have to look far to see how the book club impacts kids at the school. She sees the positive effects right in her own home with her own 2 children.
It definitely builds up their self-confidence. You know, it's a visceral impact on them when they open a book and they see themselves. You see that they hold that book a bit closer, right? Mm-hmm. They go to that book a bit more. And it's because they see themselves.
Although the content in children's books is still not representative of our society, the work being done by organizations like the No Place for Hate book club is making it easier to close that gap and for any child to be able to pick up a book and see their reflection.